welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe. And it is Friday, so it is time for stories for children. And it should have been from Canada, Norman Perrin. But all the way from Canada, he had to run round. He had to run round to the takeaway to get Ali's trying to deal with guests at the moment. Put yourself on mute, Ali.
Fantastic, Brad.
Yeah, okay. Mute yourself, Ali. Anyway, Norman can't be here today because his internet's down. So I'm going to tell the story. Then Bubba C is going to tell the story, and then Janet Crouch will tell the story. So it's going to be Louis, we hope you enjoy tonight. I'm going to start the story I might have told before, something likely probably that I have. Anyone in Marrakesh would have heard me tell this, as well as it's a story I got from a storyteller in Marrakesh called Ishmael, who's actually from a village which is the gateway to the Sahara, and it's this kind of stories that I tell. So I with his permission, I am retelling it on a regular basis. And it's from way back in time, obviously, when all the animals could talk to each other and chickens still had teeth. And there was a bird, and it had a few chicks in its nest. But you know what it's like with mothers, they got to do things. They can't just sit around the nest all day. And so off she went to do some essential mother business. When she came back, there was this huge bird sitting on her nest, a marcouche, which is a sort of a fabled bird, mythical bird in Morocco. And she said to the bird, can you just move a little bit to one side? You know, you're sitting on my babies there. And the marcouche turned and said, I will, if you go to the cow and get me some butter. So she went to the cow and said, look, cow, I really need some butter. The marcouche is sitting on my nest. The big bird is sitting on my nest. It won't move unless I give it some butter. Can you give me some butter? And the cow said, I'll do that. I will give you some butter. Honest. But first of all, you need to get me some alfalfa to eat. Beautiful green stuff that cattle eat. So she went to the alfalfa field. She said, alfalfa, can you give me some alfalfa that I can give to the cow? So the cow will give me some butter. So I can give the butter to the big bird, the marcouche, so it'll get off my nest and I can look after my babies again. And the alfalfa said, yes, certainly, of course. If you go to the canal and get us some water, get me some water. So she went to the canal and said, canal, give me some water to take to the alfalfa field so I can have some alfalfa to give to the cow. Give me some butter. I'll give the butter to marcouche, the big bird, and it'll get off my nest and I can look after my babies again. The cow said, yeah, don't mind doing that. If you go to the workmen and get them to clean the canal. Clean me, you know how sludgy it gets through the winter. So Went to the workman, says, workman, can you go clean the canal so the water canal will give me some water? I'll give it to the alfalfa field. And I'll give some alpha, then they'll give me some alfalfa that I'll give to the cow, that will give me some butter that I'll give to the marcouche, the big mythical bird that's sitting on my babies, on my nest. So I can move aside and I can look after my babies again. Well, I said, yeah, we don't mind doing that. No, it's seems quite reasonable if the canal's silted up, but actually we need a bit of entertainment. We need the dancers to dance. So the bird goes off to the dancers. Like, you know, I hate to ask you, but could you dance for the workmen who'll clean the canal, and the canal will start running again and put some water on the alfalfa field, and the alfalfa field will give me some alfalfa to give to the cow, will give me some butter to give to the marcouche, the big bird that's sitting on my nest, so I can look after my babies. And dance, yeah, we do that. But we, it's really stony out there and we can't dance in bare feet. We need shoes. Go to the cobbler, get some shoes. She went to the cobbler. She said, cobbler, can you give me some shoes, enough for a whole troop of dancers that'll dance for the workmen, that'll clean the canal, that'll put water in the alfalfa field, so the alfalfa, and give some alfalfa to give to the cow. The cow will give me some butter, and I'll give the butter to the marcouche, the big mythical bird who's sitting on my nest, so I can look after my babies. Now, as any mother knows, this is kind of frustrating if it takes this long to actually get to look after your kids, but cobbler said, fine, I'll do that. I'm really hungry. There's a lot of shoes to make and kind of need to eat first. Can you get me some chili couscous? Okay. So she goes and she sees there's this big party going on. And she sees this huge bowl of chili couscous. It's a bit cold. Needs heating up. But she thought, I'll just go and ask them. I said, so she said, the party goes. Do you, where's the host? Oh, yeah, you're the host. Could you spare me some chili couscous so I can give it to the cobbler? The cobbler will give me some shoes that I can give to the dancers. The dancers will dance for the workmen will clean the canal, will water the alfalfa field, the alfalfa will give me some alfalfa that I can take to the cow, will give me some butter that I can give to the marcouche so it will get off my nest and I can look after my babies. And the people at the party, the host said, yeah, that's fine, but we've got no wood for the fire and we can't heat up the couscous. Could you go and get some wood so we can eat the couscous? Chili couscous, very important. It's chili couscous, not just ordinary couscous. But Baba C will tell you, it is the spice of life. So they anyway, she goes, yeah, absolutely. So she goes to all her friends, all the other little hens and chickens and things. She just says, my fellow chickens, could you please each take a piece of wood in your beak and take it to the party so they can light a fire and they can heat the couscous, that I can chili couscous, that I can give to the cobbler, or give me some shoes, or I'll give the shoes to the dancers who'll dance for the workmen, who'll clean a canal, and the canal will water these alfalfa field, and I'll give the alfalfa to the cow. The cow will give me some butter, and I'll give the butter to my marcouche, and it'll get off my nest, and I can look after my babies. this chicken is getting really tired by now. But all the other chickens went, okay. And each took one twig in their mouth, in their beaks. And they took it to the party. The couscous was heated up. Beautiful, chili couscous. And she was given a big bowl full. And she carried that to the cobblers. And the cobbler ate it and said, I feel good. Started making the, yeah, I know, I've done it good. And started eating and started making the shoes. And before he knew it, there was all those pairs of shoes made, and he gave those to the dancers, and the dancers, oh, they felt so good in their new shoes. And they did the most fantastic dance to the workmen. And when they had finished, the workmen said, that was the most fantastic dance we've ever seen. Of course, we'll clean the canal. And they cleaned the canal, and they still had that rhythm of the dance in their heads, and they were cleaning it. And soon the water was flowing, and it flowed into the alfalfa field. And the alfalfa, which had been a bit dry before that, crackly just sprung to life. And she took the beautiful green alfalfa and gave it to the cow. And the cow said, wow, I've been waiting for some fresh alfalfa for so long. Of course you can have some butter. And she took the butter and she gave it to Marcouche. And Marcouche said, you took your time. But it did, in fact, did as it was asked and moved aside. And her babies had come to no harm whatsoever. And that mother chicken looked after her babies. And that Marcouche never came to sit on that nest again. Whoa. Well, I think I like that story, that it actually succeeds because everyone worked together to break those pieces of wood. To get, you got a friend in trouble, just get them out. Just work together and get them out of the trouble. I can think of several times in my life when that has been a relevant thing. Thank goodness for friends. Hi, Louis. Shall we go over to Baba C now? Yeah, big smile. Right.
Well,
so we'll go from Morocco to Washington D.C. and I don't know where Washington D.C. has taken us. Because you never know with Baba C. Well, which continent is going to take us
to? I'm going to take you to one of my favorite stories, and it is not an Anansi story, but it's one of my favorite stories, and it's kind of a mishmash because I've heard this story told many different ways, and I've told it before on this very station. However, I think you'll enjoy it. Oh, I know you'll enjoy it, and Louis will enjoy it, and Janet will think it's precious. That's a good thing, Louis. Louis, you may have a part in this story, so you have to listen carefully. This story, like so many of my stories, when it was originally told, was told a time ago.
Oh, you go.
Hey, Louis, thanks for joining in. Janet, the look on your face was priceless. And John Rowe was like, oh, here we go again. All right. So I decided to tell this story because spring is almost sprung and summer will soon be here. And just like everything has a season, soon in Washington, D.C., it will be mosquito season. Factoid. A lot of people believe that Washington, D.C. was built on top of a swamp. That is not true. Although there were a lot of bogs in the D.C. area, but D.C. was not built on top of a swamp. I just had to throw that out. Although Congress has made it very swampy again. But that's another story. Louis is having a lot of fun. Okay. So this is a story about why mosquito buzzes in people's ears. You see, long time ago, there was a rule that when you went to the watering hole, you only spoke the truth while you were down at the watering hole. And one day, Brother Iguana, whack, 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 whack. That's not the sound the iguana makes, but I need a sound effect for iguana. So Brother Iguana, whack, 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 was down by the watering hole when Mosquito appeared and said, "You know what I saw today?" Whack, whack, what did you saw today? "I saw a farmer digging up yams as big as me." What? "I saw a farmer digging up yams as big as me." Iguana didn't want to hear this foolishness. He said, that's foolishness. I don't have time for this foolishness. Go tell your lies someplace else. We're down at the watering hole. "No, really. I saw a farmer digging up yams as big as me." Iguana said, I don't want to hear any more of your lies. And Iguana did something, and Louis, don't you do this. Anyone listening to me, don't do this. Iguana was a professional. He picked up 2 big branches, well, big for Iguana, and stuck them in his ears. Don't do that. And so Mosquito kept going. But that's all that the Iguana could hear was, he could not hear, "as big as me." So Iguana kept on walking down by the watering hole. And Brother Snake, can you make a snake sound, Louis? Excellent, excellent. So Brother Snake, do it one more time, Louis. Excellent. Thank you, Louis. So he made that sound. And Snake said, "Hello, Brother Iguana. How are you today?" But Iguana had those 2 big branches stuck in his ears. Couldn't hear him. All he heard was, Brother Iguana. Brother Iguana. Louis, one more time. Snake sound. Excellent, Louis. Thank you. And Iguana happened to turn into Snake's direction. And all Snake saw was this Iguana with these huge things coming out of his ears that he thought was a weapon. And so Snake was scared and ran into a rabbit hole. When he ran into the rabbit hole, there was a rabbit in the hole because it was a rabbit hole. And the rabbit saw this big snake coming into his hole, and the rabbit was startled. He was frightened, and he ran out the back of the rabbit hole. And when he ran out the back of the rabbit hole, he started hopping. And he was breaking the rule of the jungle. You never run during the daylight unless there's an emergency. And a monkey up in a tree happened to see the rabbit running. Louis, can you make a monkey sound for me? No, monkey sound, Louis. Monkey sound. Okay, Louis knows some strange monkeys, but that's okay. Okay. So the monkey saw the rabbit running, and the monkey thought to himself, oh, there must be trouble. I better go tell the king. And so the monkey started swinging from branch to branch, and one branch he swung on broke and tumbled, and then a very sad thing happened. The branch fell on a baby owlet and sent it to his ancestors. Louis, can you look sad? Thank you, Louis. And the monkey realized what he had done, and he went to hide. Later that evening, Mother Owl, hey, Louis, I'm wondering, can you make an owl sound? All right. So owls in Great Britain sound different than the owls we have here in the United States. Woo-hoo! 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 But that's all right, Louis. Spot on. So Mother Owl came, and she saw her baby owl had been sent to heaven, because all babies go to heaven. And she was so sad, she just sat there. Looked sad, Louis. He just looks so sad. No, sad, Louis. Look sad. Okay, if that's... Thank you, Louis. And she looked and she just sat there. And she sat there and she sat there and she sat there. Now, you see, that was a problem because Mother Owl's job was to go forth and wake up the morning sun. But she's so sad that it stayed night. It stayed night. It stayed night. It stayed night. And after a while, the king began to wonder what was going on. And the people in his kingdom came and they said, Almighty Oba, Almighty King, it's been dark far too long. What's going on? What's going on? Why has Mother Owl not awakened the morning sun? And the owl and the king sent for Mother Owl. And Mother Owl came and she said, the king said, why have you not awakened the morning sun? And Mother Owl said, when I came home to my nest, my baby owl had been sent to heaven, and I'm so sad. I'm so sad. And I don't know who sent my baby to heaven. I don't know who caused my baby to die. And until I know this, I'm not calling forth the morning sun. I know you know. No. Don't say, Louis. Don't say. I know you know this. Don't. You'll spoil it for Janet and for Norman. Oh, Norman joined us. Hopefully he can tell a story, but we'll see in a moment. All right. So the king said, Mother Owl, someone killed your baby owl. We will find out who did it. And someone said, it was a monkey. It was a monkey. I saw the monkey. The monkey was swinging from branch to branch and broke a branch and fell on the baby owl. And that's why Mother Owl won't call for the morning sun. Bring me the owl. And so they brought forth the owl. Brother Owl, why were you swinging on the branches and caused the branch to fall that killed the baby owl? Now Mother Owl won't bring forth the morning sun. It wasn't me. I was minding my business, and I saw the rabbit running. And you know the rule of the jungle is you don't run in the day unless it's an emergency. And I was on the way here to tell you something was wrong. I didn't mean to break the branch that killed the baby owl that saddened Mother Owl, and now she won't bring forth the morning sun. It's the rabbit's fault. Get the rabbit. Bring me the rabbit. And they found the rabbit, and they bought the rabbit. Rabbit said, I didn't mean to startle the monkey, but it's not my fault. I was minding my business. I was in my rabbit hole, and this big snake started coming down the rabbit hole. I thought it was coming to eat me, so I ran out the back. I didn't mean to startle the monkey that broke the branch that killed the baby owl, and now Mother Owl won't bring forth the morning sun. Bring me the snake. And they found the snake. Now, Louis, I need you to make the snake sound again. All right. Thank you, Louis. And the snake said, I didn't mean to frighten the rabbit who startled the monkey who broke the branch that killed the baby owl. Now Mother Owl won't bring forth the morning sun. But it wasn't my fault. It was Iguana's fault. I was talking to Iguana down by the watering hole, down by the river, and he turned. I thought he was going to attack me. He had these two huge weapons sticking out of his head. So I ran down into the rabbit hole. I didn't mean to frighten the rabbit who startled the monkey who broke the branch that killed the baby owl. And now Mother Owl won't bring forth the morning sun. It's not my fault. He's my best friend, but if you want to get someone, get the iguana. And so everybody went and they found the iguana and they brought the iguana before the king. And the king said, Iguana, why did you scare the snake who frightened the rabbit, who startled the monkey, who broke the branch that killed the owlet? And now Mother Owl won't bring forth the morning sun. But he had these things in his ears. He couldn't hear anything. All he heard was... And the king said, wait, what are those things? Someone take those things out of his ear. And then the king repeated himself. He said, why did you scare the snake who frightened the rabbit, who startled the monkey, who broke the branch that killed the baby owl, and now Mother Owl won't bring forth the morning sun? Actually, Your Majesty, I was minding my business down by the watering hole, and Iguana, not Iguana, because I'm Iguana, Mosquito was telling me this big lie about he said, let me see if I can get this right. I saw a farmer digging up yams as big as me. And no one has time for that. No one has time to listen to such silly lies, especially when they're down by the watering hole where you're only supposed to tell the truth. I did not mean to scare the snake who frightened the rabbit, who startled the monkey, who broke the branch that killed the baby owlet, and now Mother Owl won't bring forth the morning sun. But as you see, Your Majesty, it's not my fault. I was not the one who told the lie that started all this. If anyone is guilty, it is Mosquito. And so the king said, "Bring me Mosquito." Now Mosquito had been up in a tree listening, and he knew everyone was mad with him. So when they looked left, Mosquito went right. When they looked right, Mosquito went left. When they looked up, Mosquito went down. When they looked down, Mosquito went up. When they looked around, Mosquito went a square. I'm sorry, John, I tried. And to this day, people are still looking for Mosquito. But Mother Owl, now knowing who was the culprit behind the demise of her baby, decided to bring forth the morning sun. But now on warm days, especially on hot, sticky days, Mosquito is in abundance. And Mosquito still buzzes around people's ears going, "Are you still mad at me?" And of course, people respond by going, "Do that one time for me. Unmute and do that one time for me, everybody." And everybody goes, "Are you still mad with me?" When Mosquito says that, and everybody goes,
I'm bound.
Are you still mad at me?
And that's why Mosquito buzzes in people's ears. Please give a special round of applause to my sound effect guy, Louie!
Oh, now, Mother C, with your permission, I'm going to borrow that story on occasions. I promise not to do it on the internet. I'll do it live.
Oh, no, do it wherever, because there's so many versions of stories. I love it.
I do love a catalogue story. Now,
Right.
Norman, is your internet working? Or are you a frozen Norman?
Oh, wow, he was there a moment ago.
He's there, but he's there. There's an image of Norman on. What we'll do, we'll have Janet tell her story. And if Norman's internet is working at the end, we'll have a story from Norman, but we'll give Norman another week later in May, all by himself. But so, Janet, have you got a story for us?
Yes, I've got a story. I think Baba C might have heard this book before, but maybe not. We'll see. And it's called The Magic Umbrella. And there is my umbrella. And it's the magic umbrella. But we put it down to start with because it belongs to a wizard. Now, the wizard was going to a meeting, and the wizard was going to meet the witches. But he was going to wear his new boots. But it was raining. He said, "If it's raining, I don't want my new boots to get wet. So I put up my magic umbrella, and then my boots won't get wet." Well, that's funny. Surely your boots will get wet if you stand in the puddles. Oh, no. Because this magic umbrella, when you hold it and you count 1, 2, 3, and I need you to help me to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That will take you where you want to go. So he put up his umbrella and he went flying through the air so that his boots did not get wet because he did not stand in any puddles. And he went and he met the witches. I put the umbrella down and he had tea with the witches in the cafe. Oh, it was delicious. They had cream cakes with strawberry jam on the top of the cream. Or was it the other way round? But they were delicious. And he got the cream all in his beard and he had to wipe it off. But when he'd finished, he went outside with the witches and it was not raining. There was sunshine. And so he sat on the bench in the market square with one witch on one side and one witch on the other side, and they chatted. But soon It was time to go home. It was such a lovely day, arm in arm, one witch on one arm, one witch on the other arm, and they walked through the marketplace. But he'd left something behind. Yeah, you know, the magic umbrella. He'd left it on the bench. And it just so happened that somebody walked along to find the magic umbrella. Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown. He'd been to market. He got all his belongings in his bag. He sat down on the bench and, oh, he sat on the umbrella. But my goodness, when he picked it up, he realised he'd sat on the umbrella. And he thought, well, it's a lovely umbrella. It's a magnificent, well-made umbrella. It's a wonderful umbrella. But I don't know who it belongs to. And so he went to each market stall. He met Harry the Hat. He met Mandy. I don't know what Mandy was selling. Maybe you could imagine what Mandy was selling. I think she might have been selling mangoes. But Mandy, the mango, she didn't have, it wasn't her umbrella. It wasn't anybody's umbrella. Mr. Brown looked at the umbrella and thought, can't just leave it here. It's so well made. I'll take it home. So he took it home and he put it in his kitchen. Now, you and I know that this is a magic umbrella, but it does more than take you places when you count 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, it does this. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it takes you back where you came from. So 1, 2, 3 will take you where you want to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will take you back where you came from. There's something else I need to tell you about this magic umbrella that Mr. Brown didn't know about. You think about this one. You have to be able to count to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you're holding that umbrella and you count to 7, you'll go up in the air and you'll go round and round and round and round the nearest church steeple. You will just go round and round and round until you let go, and then goodness knows what will happen. And Mr. Brown didn't know about this. But you do. And I do. The next day, Mrs. Brown got up and she thought, it's a good day to take my eggs to the market. A really good day to take my eggs to the market. It looks a bit like rain. And Mr. Brown said, well, look, I got this brand new umbrella. This umbrella that I found. Why don't you take that just in case it rains? And so she put the eggs in the basket and she put the umbrella over her arm and she walked down the street and it didn't rain. So she sat at her market stall and she sold her eggs. At the end of the day, she was really ready to pack up, but she'd got a few eggs left, which was lucky for the boy who came along and shouted, Mrs, have you got any eggs? My mum sent me to get eggs for tea. And she said, I've got a few left. In fact, you can have all I've got left. I've got 5 left. I'm going to count them out to you. 1, 2, and she felt a drop of rain on her neck. And so she put up the umbrella and she started to count out the eggs. She started to count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, my goodness me. She went up in the air. And the boy, he had to go like this because he nearly got her boot on his head. And off she went and whirling, and plonk, back down where she came from, in the kitchen. And she said, oh my goodness me. I don't know how I got here. I feel so giddy. I've got to go and sit down. She went and she sat down. She had to rest. And then she thought, do you know what? I'll go to bed and I'll see what happens tomorrow when I get up. And after a good night's sleep, she got up and looked out of the window. And it was a beautiful sunny day. And she decided she would visit her friend, Florrie. And off she trotted with a picnic basket this time. And her husband said, Mrs. Brown, I think you should take that umbrella and you should hold it up because it's so hot. A parasol is what you need. So she held the umbrella over her head. And she walked and she walked and she walked until she got to Florrie's house, where they sat in the garden and they had a picnic. She said, do you know something, Florrie? I need a rest today because I got really giddy yesterday. I really don't know what happened. In fact, I was so giddy, I think I ought to go and see the doctor. Florrie and Mrs. Brown visited the doctor. And he said, stick your tongue out then and let me look down your throat. Everyone, ah! He looked down the throat and he said, oh, just a minute. I need to look in that ear. Wiggle, wiggle. And then that one. Oh, I know what's wrong with you. You've got a case of the thingamy-bobbity-jigs. Mrs. Brown said, you are the thingamy-bobbity-jigs? The thingamy-bobbity-jig? Oh, it's all right, said the doctor. I know how to deal with that. And he opened the drawer of his desk and he brought out 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. And in the first box, there were pink pills. And he said to Mrs. Brown, you take 3 of these twice a day. And then he put a box and they were green pills.
We lost you. We can't
Janet,
hear
you're
you.
muted.
Oh dear. Well, while she was at the doctor, he said, you've got a case of the thingamajigamy-bobs. And I know how to deal with that. He drew open the drawer and he put out some boxes. And in the first box, there were pink pills. And he said, you take 3 of these twice a day. And in the second box, there were green pills. And you take 5 of these 4 times a day. And then a bigger box full of purple pills. And you take 7 of these 6 times a day. I don't know if I can remember that, said Mrs. Brown. It's all right, said Florrie. I'll remember for you. And so they went. Off they went, carrying the umbrella and the box in the basket. It was such a nice day that they decided to walk through the park, and in the park there was a cafe, so they sat down and they decided to have a cup of tea. But Mrs. Brown said, do you know, I still feel a bit dizzy, a bit giddy. And Florrie said, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you take the pills now? And they opened the boxes, but they couldn't remember. Was it pink ones? 7 times? No. 4. Oh. And what about the ones, and those purple ones? I can't remember. Can you? Can anybody remember? Well, Florrie said, let's count them out. And just as they began to count them, the rain began to spatter on their shoulders. And so they pulled up the umbrella and they began to count out. I think it's 7 purple ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Woo! And you and I know exactly what happens next. Up he went, and she floated through the air, and there was a tall steeple. She went floating round and round and round and round and round. And Florrie stood there, and she said, "My goodness, she's never done that before. What to do? What to do?" Well, I don't know if you've got any good ideas, but Florrie did. She said, "I'm going to get the fireman, and I'm going to get his fire engine. And if he comes quickly, Nina, 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 he's coming really quickly, Nina, Nina, Nina." And he came quicker and quicker, Nina, 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 and he pulled right in front of the church. But Mrs. Brown is still going round and round and round the church steeple, and he puts up his big extending ladder, and he can just reach. He grabs hold of her ankle and tries to pull down, but in fact, he's going further up, and Florrie shouts, "Let go of the umbrella!" And the umbrella floats off into the air, and Mrs. Brown is caught by the fireman and thrown over his shoulder, and they come down, down, down the ladder. And she goes, "Oh my goodness, I do feel giddy." And she has to go home and lie down on a soft, comfy bed for a whole week. Now that is really more or less the end of the story. But nobody knows where the umbrella is and where it came down. So you be very, very careful if you see an umbrella anywhere and you don't know whether or not it's a magic umbrella. My advice to you is leave it alone. Thank you.
Whoa, fantastic, Janet. What a great evening. Now, for those that have joined us, Lucy, we should have Norman today. In fact, he appeared for a short moment, but Norman is having some serious internet problems. He probably needs to go to the internet doctor and have some purple, red and green pills, or give his computer that stuff. But it's been a great day. Thank you, Baba C, for stepping in. Thank you, Janet, for stepping in. Did you enjoy today, Louis?
John?
Did you enjoy it?
I do. Personally, one of my favorites is Baba C stories.
We know you love Baba.
Of course it is.
Well, I love Janet and John Rose stories as well.
Yeah,
I love them all.
If you're in the UK, that Janet and John has a completely different meaning. If you're Janet and John and John's age, and there were
Did I say something?
There was a series of Ladybird books for children, which were Janet and John, and they were two very stereotypical white middle class children. And when in the 60s, when there was starting to be that revolution in children's books and it broadened out, Janet and John was used as a symbol for sort of middle of the road.
Would that be like our Dick and Jane books?
Yeah,
that we had up until the 60s, which I always thought kind of strange because I never saw me in any of them.
That's right.
But
That's right.
So Janet and John was similar. So you accidentally, you accidentally.
And John always did the exciting things, and Janet followed.
Well,
I don't remember what happened to Dick. I just know the only thing I know now is that these days in the United States, you couldn't have a book named Dick anything.
So anyway, we'll leave that.
I just realized how that sounded. My bad.
Anyway, it's been a great evening or great day, Louis. Next week we've got Solar Story on. You'll enjoy Solar Story. So is it Solar? Yeah, Solar's next week. So that's next Friday. Tuesday, of course, at 5 o'clock, we've got our young international tellers. That's under 25. And on Wednesday at 10:45 or UK time, we have storytelling from the Cafe in Marrakesh. Friday solo story, and Sunday, the Sunday the 24th, we have our worldwide story round at 7 o'clock in the evening. Nobody can
Hey,
remember
John?
that, so look at the
Hey, John?
schedule. Yeah.
I noticed something? We have some firsts happening today. Norman couldn't stay online, and Louis evidently didn't have swim today. He's been with us the whole hour. That hasn't happened in quite some time.
It's a bank holiday. It's a holiday today.
Oh, see, I don't know these things. You guys,
It's
okay?
Good Friday, so
Good Friday.
Yeah.
As opposed, okay, I had a joke for that, but I won't go there.
No.
It's Good Friday. Okay, so real quick history factoid. Monday coming up used to be a big celebration we called Black Family Day. Because originally on Easter Sunday, black folk could be in the crowd, but they could not, black children could not participate in the White House egg roll on the White House grounds. So we started doing our own celebration at the National Zoo. Well, it migrated to the National Zoo on Mondays, sometimes called May Days Off, but on Mondays we had big Black family celebration. We called it Black Family Day, but it was very inclusive. And they had barbecues, storytelling, all kinds of stuff. And we did that up until recently when some political stuff went down that I won't get into. But Sunday is Easter Sunday, and Monday traditionally has been Black Family Day celebration right after Easter. I just wanted to throw that little history piece in there.
We love a bit of history. We love a bit of history on Fridays. Right now, we're going to let... Lucy was about to say something.
No, it was me.
Sorry,
I was going to say that I'm going to have Easter twice with a bit of luck, because I'm having it here, and then I'm going to visit my sister in Greece. So the Orthodox have theirs.
The Orthodox is next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So I'll get it twice with a bit of luck.
So Julia's Easter is next weekend.
Ah, I didn't realise that. So does that mean you get twice as many Easter eggs then?
Well, only if you're with the Orthodox. I'm not Orthodox, but I might be with them, and they'll probably not have Easter eggs, but you get lamb, you get big joints of lamb.
Sometimes you have painted eggs.
Yes, you sometimes. Not so much chocolate.
In Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox and Greek Orthodox, Easter is much bigger than Christmas. So
dark
chocolate
almonds.
It's the big celebration. And I'm just going to go across to Washington, D.C. and steal some of Baba C's chocolate. Meanwhile, Ali, thank you very much. Ali's been juggling. He's had guests in this hand and the World Storytelling Cafe in this hand, and he's the most magnificent juggler and driver of a magic carpet. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Janet. Thanks, Baba C. Thank you, Louis. Thanks, John. Thanks, Ali.
And if Norman can hear, see you sometime.
Yeah, later in May we'll have.
Oh, so cute.
Okay, see you then. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. Baba C.
Is it Baba C that's so cute?
Can you send
no
message? Have you got my message on top?
I just answered it.
What is there on my message?
I said love you too, and I'm doing well today.
No. Can you say my message to you on top?
Your message to me on top?
Yeah. And the Zoom meeting. Say it.
I saw a message that says, hello, Baba C, how are you doing today? Love you so much. That's the only message I got. And I said, I love you too. Because you're always wonderful.
Wait a minute.
Let me ask Lucy a question before Ali cuts us off.
Okay.
Lucy, I went into La Baker's room 3 times to take pictures and never did. Is there any way you could share some pictures of her stuff with me?
Yeah, do you mean her dress and the dressing up room?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I have my email address, but you can always send it through WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And I'm BabaCGMM, BabaCGMS@gmail.com.
Hold on.
Don't turn us off yet.
Babac at Gmail.
No, BabaCGMS.
Oh, sorry,
C,
GMS.
Yeah, at gmail.com.
Gmail. Yeah, well, I could ask Ali if Ali's there. If you could take a photograph of Josephine Baker's dress and the dressing up
Room, yes.
room, yeah,
And the pool.
and the pool.
I went there 3 times to take pictures.
Really?
Well, you're coming back next year, aren't you?
Oh yes, yes, but I want to put the pictures in something I'm assembling that we're calling the Marrakesh Project. We're working on it slow because I have to get I have limited studio time. Mark gets me into his space, and it's very slow, but we but better slow and right than fast and shoddy.
Yeah, no, that's good. Actually, I've got something that I can tell you that you would be very interested in, I think.
Okay.
There's a book out called The Casablanca Storytellers.
Ooh.
Or The Storytellers of Casablanca. I've got the book somewhere. Yeah, I've put it somewhere.
Send that to me in the Gmail too.
It's by someone called Fiona Valpy. And she's written about 8 books. And she's quite a well-known... she's not like a bestseller, but she sold like 250,000 copies of this book.
That's a
so
quarter
she's
of a million
fairly
more than I've sold.
It's pretty good. But anyway, I met her when she was talking about the story, her book, and in it she has Josephine Baker as a character appearing, well, as herself, because it's set in Casablanca at the time when Josephine Baker went there to entertain the troops, and then she fell ill and she ended up in hospital in Casablanca, and then she was invited down to Marrakesh to the house where you stayed to recuperate.
Yes.
And something very exciting is she's asked me if I would like to write with her a screenplay about Josephine Baker's life.
Ooh.
Which I'm a bit shocked about because I am one of her biggest fans, I think, but I don't know everything about her, and I've never written a screenplay. So I'm flattered.
I've written a play. I haven't written a screenplay yet.
Have you? Oh.
Yeah, I wrote a play. Got four awards for it too.
Oh wow! For the stage.
Best new playwright, best actor.
What?
I was in it. Best director, and my drummer got ill before the competition, and he couldn't speak. To make a long story short, because I know Ali got other things to do. But long story short, he croaked to me that he would play the drums, but he couldn't talk.
He couldn't.
I mean, and I told him stay home. He said no. This is what drummers do to get better. So he played the drum at the award ceremony when they were giving out the awards. After I got my 3. They said, but there was one character in the competition that never spoke a word, but spoke volumes with his face. And they said, we could not ignore him. And they came up with a special award just for him.
Just for him? Wow.
Yes. So I accepted on his behalf. And then I went to his home after the awards banquet, and I gave him the award and told him what they did. And the smile on his face was incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've written a play, but never a screenplay. I'll get to that. And if I can be of any service to you, let me know, because I think that you could do it justice. So please, please, please join in and do what you can.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm very excited about it because, she's my heroine, basically.
Yes. Hey, Louis, I know you're listening to older folk talk, but believe me, this is very, very special. I don't know. Okay, so Louis, the house where I stayed while I was in Marrakesh.
Yeah.
There's a lady by the name of Josephine Baker, who way back before anyone in this room was born was a very, very prominent, very famous actress, dancer, and singer. She was not treated well in the United States, so she left the United States and she settled in Paris and performed throughout Europe. But she eventually wound up in Marrakesh, and the place where I stayed while I was in Marrakesh, which
Yeah.
is in Morocco, which is in Africa, was the house where she lived while she was in Marrakesh. So I felt a very special connection. Yes, I felt a very special connection as a griot master storyteller and actor to actually stay in the same house where she lived while she was in Marrakesh. And that's
Oh
what.
my goodness!
Yeah. And so Miss Woods, Lucy, I don't know, Miss Lucy, she I don't know what he's supposed to call you, and he's a very
Just
proper
Lucy?
boy. He can call you Lucy.
Oh, no, just call me Lucy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
See, 'cause I wasn't sure because he's a very proper boy, and I know that he wants to treat you with respect, but
Me?
yes.
Are you
yes,
very
he's a
proper?
boy. Are you very proper?
Pardon?
Sometimes
I know everybody likes you.
Yes.
Uh.
Oh, Louis is so likable. But anyhow, so we were just sharing that, and Lucy, you and I could talk for hours. You have my
We
Zoom
could.
contact, my what do you call it?
Number.
Ali,
My-
Ali and Louis, can you hold on a minute? And I'm just going to get something because it's a dress that Josephine Baker wore.
Oh,
I'm just going to get it. It won't be a minute.
Okay.
I can show it.
Okay.
See, that's their rooftop.
Lucy,
Yes, sir.
so I saw your message and there are three. The
You saw
one you sent it says I love you too.
Yes. Oh, and then I
And why
then
you
I-
put one? Why you put one?
I think you're a very wonderful person. I like you a lot, Louis.
You what? You what? Are you serious? Baba said.
Am I?
Oh, we can't see it. I'm not sure how to check. Oh, there we are. Can you see it?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, red, white, and blue. Yes, yes.
Josephine Baker's dress.
Parts of it disappear against your background, but right there we
Yeah.
can see it. Bring it back just a little. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Isn't
Oh,
that beautiful?
wow. Yes.
So this is a
Yes.
dress to be noticed in. You would not disappear in this dress.
Well, if I wore that dress, I would definitely be noticed. But
Oh, that's funny.
ah,
So this is
Thank you.
not the dress in Marrakesh. There's another dress in Marrakesh.
Oh wow.
all right.
Uh,
Hey, Louis, you're getting behind the scenes.
yeah.
You're getting a look
I
at what
know.
happens behind the
I
scenes.
know.
And no other young person has had this yet. So you're very special to us, Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, Louis, do you think you could tell us a short story, a very little story?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah? I bet you could.
I know the new story. I've just written and I did it on play. I did.
Oh, you did a play?
Yeah.
Wow. At school?
No, but in a musical.
A musical? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
fantastic.
wow.
What did you sing in it?
So we are doing Joseph, and
Ah,
it was amazing.
I
Of
bet.
course it was. You were in it.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
And what role did you have? What did you play?
I got so many.
Yeah.
No. I'm a brother in Joseph.
Oh, were you one of the naughty brothers who tried to do him in?
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's two. I am. One of them is Natalie, and this other is Benjamin.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Benjamin. Yeah, I've been in that play myself when I was about 10 years old.
Oh wow!
I was, yeah, Joseph and his multicolored coat, or his Technicolor dream coat.
No,
Technicolor
it
dream
is-
coat, depending on which version.
Oh, actually, I went to see it.
Oh, you went to see it in London?
No,
No.
in Birmingham
Oh, in Birmingham.
Oh.
Ah,
with my
I
mom.
love it.
And there's even more
Yeah.
better for you, actually. We also
Yeah.
been Sir Tim Rice. Yeah,
You got him all
Rice.
excited, Lucy.
what did you say? I thought you said I've got 10 wives.
No, he is the Sir Tim Rice.
Stop it.
Because he said Tim Rice.
We went to see
Yes, I do.
Oh, I know, the 6 wives.
No,
Of-
no.
Henry VIII.
Tim Rice was,
Tim
was in
Rice.
the audience because he
Tim
went
Rice.
to. Will you stop?
Sorry.
He went to see the new production
Oh.
with Alexander Burke and Jason Donovan.
And
Oh, wow.
he did the yellow. I was on
Yeah,
the
you
Mickey
know,
Mix.
stop. And
They're very famous.
Tim Rice
They
was in
are.
the audience, and the
Wow.
everyone, have you the
The cast of the
cast,
show.
the cast
Oh,
all bowed and clapped him, and then
Wow.
he turned and waved at everybody.
Oh, well done.
I haven't seen this,
Well done.
this excited in a long time. But that must be great.
Stop it.
Now watch me make him frown. Now, Louis, is that your sister?
No, she's my mother.
Oh, okay. That's your mom.
I just saw two sisters.
You haven't got 2 sisters.
Oh, hey.
Nice to see you both. Anyway,
Oh,
Very nice
It's good
to
seeing
see you.
both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting Louis
This is awesome.
join us on Fridays, because he's very special with us, and he's probably our oldest young person. We have other people who come in, because they're all around the world, but Louis, he makes or breaks it. When he's not with
Yeah.
us, we feel the difference. So we really appreciate
Yeah.
him being with us. Hey, Lucy, we better let Ali get back to what
We
he has
better
to
had,
do.
yeah.
Yes. So Louis
Lovely
and
to
Louis's
chat.
mom and Lucy, it's been great. On my side of the pond, it's still lunchtime. Oh no, it's lunch has just ended. So now it's either early breakfast, no, early dinner, or maybe what you guys would call tea time. So anyhow,
It's,
I'm
um,
going, I haven't had a proper. I haven't.
Oh, you've got your. Oh, I want some.
ice
Everybody's
cream.
showing me chocolate. You're making me hungry.
No, Mom, wait.
Ice cream.
Me,
I'm jealous. I
Me
want
too.
some.
Me and my mom went to Waitrose. The Waitrose stop.
Waitrose ice cream. That's
Yeah.
the best.
No, this is not the best one ever. The one we had was amazing.
that's enough. Come on.
I want it.
Today,
I want it.
See where I am, we have something called Ben and Jerry's.
Jerry's.
And I love Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's has something called Chunky Monkey. And I usually don't like things with the name Monkey in it, but Chunky Monkey. It has chunks of dark chocolate, banana puree, and I think it's not almonds. I don't know what the other nut is, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
But I have a rule: I don't pay more than $4 for it, because it comes in little pints.
Right.
And right now, it's outrageously priced, so that helps me stick to my healthy diet, because I won't pay for it.
But you just showed us a bag of chocolate. That's not
Yes, dark
diet
chocolate.
chocolate. Is that
No,
diet
that's
chocolate?
No, it's dark chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Dark chocolate's good for you. It's
Yeah.
dark chocolate covered in almonds covered in dark chocolate.
Okay.
So
It
has
says it's
less
nice.
sugar. Yes, it is nice. I try to only eat 9 at a setting.
9?
Little pieces. Yeah,
That's a
because
lot.
they're little pieces. No, not really.
Doesn't it keep you awake at night?
No.
No. Oh.
Caffeine and stuff like that doesn't keep me awake.
Oh,
what keeps
okay.
me awake is that I'm nocturnal.
Right. Oh,
I
me
remember
too.
as a baby playing in the crib at night. But look, we keep saying we're going to let
Yeah,
Ali
we must
go.
go.
Let's let
We
Ali
must go.
So Louis, we'll see you later. And
see
if
you
Louis'
next
mom doesn't
Friday.
mind, he can stay in contact with me by email. And Lucy, we will talk, and you'll send me those pics, or have
Yeah,
someone send
I'll
pics
get
to
Ali
everyone?
to take photos, please.
Thank you. And anyhow, let us go.
Yeah.
And
All
everyone have a
right.
fantastic
See
Friday.
you.
Happy Easter. All right.
Bye.
Until the next time.
Bye. I'm next Wednesday I got school. So
Until then.
until then, bye. Bye. Laters.
Control, please.